What's up, everybody? Little Friday afternoon chat. Friday afternoon chat. Nothing going on right now. Of course, I'm in the beautiful Medellin, Colombia. But I wanted to talk about some of the stuff I'm doing lately with vinyl records. I'm doing a lot more listening sessions between like dance parties and stuff, and rebuilding my vinyl collection and doing it a little different from the times I've had vinyl before. In the past, I've given away stacks of vinyl to two different people before, and thinking that vinyl was going away. And then I would turn out to open a coffee shop that sold 500 records in like 4 years. And but yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing now. And I buy a lot of compilations now. Instead of having a whole wall full of 12 inches, I buy a lot of compilations, which often contain 12 inches. And so I'm gonna go through some of my stuff and just share with you. And let me turn this down. I don't know how Facebook does copyright. I got this stuff going on in the background. But so let's check this out. So right here I kinda got my Afro beat and salsa stuff together. And these are mostly right here is fella and a bunch of other random Afro beat or high life and some reggae stuff in the middle too. And then I got salsa, and but these are mostly albums and compilations, and we'll go through them. And then in the middle, I just got like house, and when I do listening sessions in Medellin, probably 10-15% is house, but I'm starting to build that up again. I want to show you my favorite album in a second, and then this section here and down here is mostly disco boogie, rare grooves, 80s pop, stuff like that. And so let's go through some of this stuff. Let's see. Okay, so of course I got a lot of fella stuff from the box sets that I purchased, and some singles. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Uh, Lots of fella. I recently started doing a set that I'm very proud of called Fella versus Fania, Afrobeat versus Salsa. And I'm going to be doing that more when I do listening sessions in Medellin, Cali, Colombia. Whenever I go back to the States, I really, as you know, I really enjoy Afrobeat and salsa outside of my main genre of house. So, this is something I just got. It's Carflow, and man, this is like a banger. This is like peak time when you got everybody in the groove and you slip this in. It's more of like a. It sounds just like Fela Kuti. It's really great. Havana meets Kingston. I bought this many years ago. I think I was still in the States. a beautiful young singer named Brenda Navarrete from Cuba had an album out, and then she posted something about this, and it was a great investment. It has a lot of different Latin songs and mixed with, whatever Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica is known for, like reggae. It's really nice. A few third world songs, and then here's my salsa stuff. And again, these are all albums and compilations. There could be 10 songs on one of these discs. Of course, I got a lot of Fania, Ruben Blaze, of course, my Cellular Cruise. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all know anything about this. It looks weird, but I brought some stuff from Discogs, and the vendor that I bought the album from threw in this album, and I started listening to it, and this is great, man. This is a great sound. It's like jazz from decades ago, and it's really good. It takes sounds from like a lot of the old jazz um, stars, and it kind of some of the songs are remakes, but it's really good. Yeah, more salsa, Tito Puente, mucho, mucho, and this is one of my favorite people, India, or in the salsa world, she's known as La India, but as we know her in the house music world, she was one of the queens of house music before, and freestyle before she became a mega star in salsa. So that's India. And of course, I'm in Colombia, and you cannot have vinyl and not have this record. Mi Mejor Venganza. You cannot not have that song. Celia, Celia Johnny Pete Rodriguez. Can't be in Colombia and not have Grupo Nietzsche. This album has Cali Panchinguero, another Fania All Stars, Joe Arroyo. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I got the soundtrack here in Colombia, Carlito's Way. And I got it in the salsa section because, when I play this, I mostly play it for Mark Anthony's Pareche Mentira, or two other salsa songs that I really love, Oye Como Va y El Watusi. El Watusi by Rey Barreto is muy bueno, muy bueno. Rey Barreto. And I got a Hector Lavoe. This is like a 3 disc compilation, the best of him. And I mean, I use that a lot. And this is another album that I use a lot. Whenever I play, you can guarantee that I'm gonna play one of the songs from this album, especially Coro Miyare. I love that. One of my favorites. And I just got this, I think last year, 1 year ago, the New Eurekan Soul album that was out in like the '90s, and I had the CD, but now that I'm building up my vinyl collection again and playing listening sessions, um, this thing was perfect. The only thing is, at the time, it was the most expensive compilation that I've ever purchased from Discogs, and has everything on it, everything. Yep. And I also got some 45s here, including Boogaloo Assassins, No No No, which has a dub on one side. It's really great. Some other stuff. So that's my Afrobeat salsa stuff for listening sessions. Not so much for when I do underground dance sets. And then we have the house stuff. So let me sit down. And I have some records in the States, but this is mostly what I have here in Colombia. Stuff that I love. This is Blaze album, Natural Blaze, of course. And then I have the Blaze Spiritually Speaking. Um, Spiritually Speaking has a lot of good stuff on there, of course. Breathe, Glorious Muse. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dope shit. And I Blaze 25 years later. They were on Motown, as you may already know if you're a house head. And they that album had So Special on it. Oh, this album right here is very important to me. Very important to me. This is the album. This album came out, I believe, 2002, 2002, 2003. But um, on a trip to the Winter Music Conference in South Beach, Miami, from Baltimore, this is probably the year that I started taking a global view of the world in terms of house music. And before I was just like, I wanted everybody to know that Baltimore had great house music, Baltimore this, Baltimore that. And of course, I love Baltimore, you know. But this album and that time in the Winter Music Conference showed me that there was so many races that love soulful house music, and that every you don't have to change to for people to love the type of music that you love. And I was at parties back then, and I was dancing with just so many different races of ladies then, and just partying. And I said, man, this music is global, and this album has been like a part of what I do and what I play for a long time. And as I started doing listening sessions, I don't think one has went by that I have not played this album. It has something for every type of set that I'm doing. You know what I mean? It has salsa, it has house, it has like a lot. It has some aspects of Yoruba. Like for instance, there's a song here called Canto. Let me see, Canto para Chango. It's a song for Chango, which is an Orisha, one of the Orishas, and Mosa Lounge, and just so many dope tracks on here. And I mean, so many great artists: Josh Malone, Josh from Blaze, and just Blaze in general. Kevin Hedge, and this is Louis' album. And Anane is on here, and Raul Midon, and so many great artists. And this is, like I said, this is one of the most important albums in my whole collection. Elements of Life, the one that came out, the first one, not the remix or the next couple. And then I have a Body and Soul compilation, which has this is volume 3, but it has so many great hits on here. I mean, so many great hits. And then this is Louis Vega featuring 28. I believe DJ Pope from Baltimore was ordering this for everybody, and Louis signed him. Put my government name on there, and I hated that, but it's okay. Louis signed my album. And by the way, this has that George Clinton what's the name of that record? Um, Ain't it funky kind of hard on you? Yep. And this is I believe this is the next Element of Life album that came out, Eclipse. And then I have a Danny Krivitz compilation. This is great, really great. Just here we go. All right. Lost Tribe, Avedon, Little Lewis classics, George Benson. Uh-oh. You know what it is. Help Me Change My Religion. River Ocean featuring India, Love and Happiness, Yemaya, E. Ochun. Get it right. Let's see what else we got. What else we got here? Robert Owens, Far Away. This is a great little record too. It's called Toot Toot. Really good. Robert Owens, Far Away. The 12-inch and Happy. The instrumental of Far Away is really great. Let the Rain Come Down. This Antonio Casio album that I got, or double album, double vinyl. Pretty good. Peggy Goo. Peggy Goo is a cool sister. She's an Asian DJ. She plays mostly electronic type music, but she knows history of soulful house and stuff. I saw her talking about Joe Claussell in an interview before, and this just happens to be a very great soulful record that she has. And so yeah, and I love her branding. She reminds me of a like Natasha Diggs, the way she brands her stuff. Colonel Abrams, classic album. My man Esteban, DJ OG and Esteban. I played it a few times down here in Colombia. Great album. Koji Records. Ultra. I got one of the last couple times I visited Baltimore in a record store down on Howard Street. I think they're in the harbor now. I forget the name of it. I got this. Motive. Reminds me of my college days at Morgan State. James Howard. Feeling good. And this is New Civilization. Wake Up. A lot of stuff that I've kept as far as house are stuff that aren't like filler records and stuff. It's something that I like memories. Memories takes me back to like Odell's, you know what I mean, in the '80s, my generation, and Instinctual. I think Instinctual might have came out after Odell's closed. I'm not sure. Basement Boys, Love Don't Live Here, Teddy singing, Teddy Douglas that is, Timmy Regisford stuff, acapellas, How Deep Is Your Love, Blaze, I believe this Yaphet Gilliam stuff. Newmarks, Baltimore, DJ Spin in the crew. Three Generations. Oh, Before India is Liz Torres. One of my favorite records, Mama's Boy, especially the Spanish version. Liz Torres from Chicago, baby. Chicago Tracks compilation. I think this is a Joe Claussell stuff. And I bought it from his website. La India Runaway, double LP. I played the disco version though. Love it. New York and Soul. Ron Trent and Tacoma Sadiq. Wish that was produced a little louder by this Shelter stuff. Oh, another classic. BB Winans, Thank You. Like no filler records. These are just stuff that that I love. I think this is a Kevin Everett on one side and Prince on the other side. I forgot. Tin City. What's this? Is this Tears? Frankie Knuckles. Yep. Tears. And I got this recently jingle remix. Anane, Amazing Love. Oh yeah, Notice Me. I love the and that's on Fever Records. And some Spanish in there. And you know what? This Fever Records, I assume the Disco Fever, the owner of the Disco Fever, whoever that was, had this label. But back in when I was 18, me and a couple of friends went on a trip to New York City and stayed in the Bronx. We stayed at my buddy's sister's house. My buddy Coop, rest in peace. And we went to the Disco Fever. And I want to tell y'all a little story about Disco Fever or that time in New York City in general. It was a summertime, and I was just so amazed. It was the first time I saw Puerto Rican people, and they were all hanging out in a mixed neighborhood. And I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. The music was like blaring on the streets, 4 o'clock in the morning, and me and my buddy's sister had a conversation about Odell's, and she said, I heard about a club down there named Odell. I said, yeah, we got this and that, and Odell's is this and that. She said, we got something like that here called the Garage. I said, yeah, but we got Odell's. I was so freaking naive. I was 18. And if I had just opened my mind, I could have said at my age now that I went to the Paradise Garage and heard Larry Levan. But I was so into Baltimore and so naive back then that we just went to the Disco Fever, and we had a great time. I think we saw the Funky Four plus one, something like that. and Biz Markie. And I don't know if Shantae was there, but I know I heard Biz Markie beatboxing, but it was a funky 4+1 or something like that. And we were breakdancing in clubs and stuff, and we had a good time. So yeah, that's my story down memory lane. It's that Crystal Waters I bought just because it was nicely priced in Baltimore. Everybody had this cassette back in the day, house music. Compilation. Mind Games I love, by Quest. And Mind Games again by Cultural Vibe. And Quest is like Master C and J people. JM Silk, I Can't Turn Around, classic. So yeah, that's the house stuff I have. And I'll get more if I choose to do more listening sessions with house. Now this is my favorite section. Well, one of my favorites. Because it when I do listening sessions, I might play 3, 4, 5 genres, or I might play slower music. And my son graduating, Tariq. And yeah, so the way I got this set up is the stuff that I use frequently or I like to hear a lot, I put up here. And then I needed more space. So the stuff that I don't get into a lot or stuff that I needed space for, I put down here. And it's mostly albums down here, R&B albums. For example, Ashford and Simpson, and Saint Tropez, Malcolm McLaren, Renee and Angela, Stephanie Mills. I believe this is Tina Marie. Yeah, I'm Just a Sucker. A couple other stuff. That's the salsa. France Jolie from Canada. The soundtrack from Flashdance, Saturday Night Fever. Got a lot of movie compilations because they got a lot of songs on there. Christopher Cross, like if I'm doing some kind of what they call yacht rock music, that's soft rock. This is a nice 12-inch. The Intruders, I'll Always Love My Mama. This is in Billy Paul, Only the Strong Survive. Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Further. So yeah, Michael Jackson and his brothers live, Patrice Rushen, Linda Clifford, Runaway Love, Rockin' Big Guitar, Lolita Holloway. Yeah, so a lot of stuff, and these are a lot of my 45s that I play. I don't think I've played a listening session yet that didn't include Native New Yorker and who's that? That's Evan Champagne King. Yeah, so and here's one of my principal sections here, and I just got this from Discog. Francois K, a collection of classics. I think there's 2 or 3 discs. This is fucking awesome, man. I'm telling you, lots of stuff in here. Larry Levan, the story of A Journey into Paradise. If you've ever listened to that 4-hour radio, what is it? It's like a 4-hour radio show interview, and then live at the Paradise Garage at the 2nd anniversary. It's like 4 hours. These are some of the songs that's on the in that show, and you can probably find it on YouTube. Larry Levan, A Journey into Paradise. This is great. Let's Dance collection compilation. What else? Sade. I bought this because I thought that this would have it's the long version of Smooth Operator, but I thought it would have the version of Smooth Operator that has that salsa break in it, and it didn't, and I was mad because I was waiting for that. This is the best of Sade, of course. A lot of people got that. I Hear Music in the Streets. This is like a Asian funk and disco compilation. Really great. I love it. And let's see. Can I hold this thing? All right. So I got the mic away from me, so you might not be able to hear me. Culture Club, bunch of hits on there. Pockets, go with me. Yeah, another compilation. This is freaking awesome. Like the best of Prelude. It's like a double LP. I think I got, let me see, 4, 8, like 16 songs, 16, 12 inches on there. And this right here is another story. I brought this from the States with me also. But I want to tell y'all a story about this. On one side, it has Sylvia Stripling, "Give Me Your Love." And the other side is "Can't You Can't Turn Me Away" by Sylvia Stripling. And this didn't have the writing and stuff on there when I bought it. I was at the Winter Music Conference, I believe 2008 or 9, and I was helping my buddy Terry Thompson with something. Artist Terry Thompson, DJ, famous from Baltimore. That's my buddy to this day. And he got me tickets into the conference, the actual conference, into the hotel. And they had a marketplace in there where they were selling vinyl. And I picked this up, and and wow, I mean, I started playing, and it had "Can't Turn Me Away," and I was like, oh shit, that's the Biggie sample, and the original, and "Give Me Your Love," and I cherish this a lot. Cherish all them days at the Winter Music Conference. Tina Marie, Tina Marie is just, I mean, man, when you talk about blue eyed soul, no, and nothing get better than Tina Marie. You know what I mean? This is an album from a young lady I actually found online. She's from New York, and her name is Scola. Here we go. Reina Socolo Gonzalez, and she reminds me of Tina Marie. She's got that great voice, and I bought it. She signed it and mailed it to me all the way here in Colombia. Great. I think during the pandemic too. Perfect Beats. What volume is this? Volume 1. This is great. A great recommendation to me. It has, man, it has so many great songs on here. Um, Planet Rock, Trans Europe Express, Don't Make Me Wait. So many great songs. And this is what I mean by, like, I buy compilations for my listening sessions now because I don't have time or space for a bunch of 12 inches sitting around the house. I can move quick. India. This is another copy of Runaway that I have. It's the best of Soul, I'm sorry. France Jolie. It's a double album. Her greatest hits. Teddy Pendergrass. And just so much more. Chic. You know what I mean? Now Rogers. Peach Boys. West End stuff. And 80s stuff. I just got so much stuff for listening sessions here, depending on where I'm playing. D-Light. And every time I play, it's a different set of vinyl, depending on, like, if I'm doing a restaurant and I want it to be smooth, or if I'm doing like a more upbeat place. And compilation. A lot of these have a double compilation. David Joseph, Prelude's Greatest Hits, another one. Gino Socio, Philly's Best of OJs. I got that in Baltimore. Tana Gardner. You know who it is. Yeah. Teddy, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So much stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to just show a little bit about what I do with my listening sessions, and share with you guys some of the stuff that I do here in Colombia. It's not all deep house sets for dances. Sometimes it's listening sessions, and which is pretty cool, you know. So this is my little studio. I call it studio. Peace, y'all.